Welcome to The Right Focus, a podcast for writers, newbies, and veterans, and everyone in between. We're hosted by M.A. Lee with the assistance of Remy Black and Edie Rooms, all from Writers Inc. Books. Our focus is productivity, process, craft, and tools. Each episode lasts as long as it takes to fix a quick dinner, drive a short commute, or take a brisk walk. Resources and links are in the show notes. Visit us at therightfocus.blogspot.com. Now, on to this week's episode. The Right Focus continues our series, Quick Tips for Writers. A blast from the past, excerpted from the Summer Challenge series in 2025. These posts distill over 10 years of published writing, with 60 plus novel-length titles under 3 pen names, and 30 years of writing knowledge. I hope you find a spot of wisdom in each of these quick tips for writers. Quick tip number 12. Consider your cover. One of the greatest expenses that an indie writer will have is the cost of a professional cover. Yes, people say the editorial cost is the highest one. Developmental editors and content editors and line editors are expensive. Let me argue with that. First of all, you need to trust your instincts about your story. Immerse yourself in story development and not depend on developmental editors. You need to build your own writing chops and not depend on someone else to do it. While you're learning, you can ask for assistance, but don't depend on it. And be familiar with your own story. Devote the necessary time to catch plot holes and character discrepancy and setting glitches. As for line editors, that's a fancy term for a copy reader. Don't pay a fancy price for a job any high school English teacher can do well. Not everyone has the best grammar. Even people with great grammar knowledge are never right 100% of the time. So I would invest in a copy reader. However, you can hire a local English teacher for much less than the cost of a line editor. Now that's out of the way. Book covers are a different matter. Cover designers are skilled graphic artists who understand the importance of the aesthetic, that subtle, almost indefinable something that sets one cover off from another one and draws readers to the book. The cover is the first selling point for your book. Don't turn people away at this point. Charm them. I found my cover designers by scanning for covers that I like in the online market distributors, Amazon, and Smashwords and iBooks. The book's sample pages took me far enough in to get an acknowledgement for the cover designer. Cover designers should be professionals with an artistic aesthetic that coincides with your vision for your books and your author brand. They should stay abreast of the field in directions for covers and ahead of the field in techniques and methods. I've been with that company since 2015, and I have no plans to leave them. They're becoming more successful, which means they demand higher prices, and booking covers can get a little antsy. We've had glitches caused on my end from not understanding the design process. On both ends, we strive for chatty amiability, but we've never met and probably never will unless I win the Mega $1 Million lottery. Here's another reason to keep your hard-earned money going to professional cover designers. You don't have to deal with, stuff. There's a lot of whiny, non-professionals out there. People who claim they'll do one thing but don't. People who don't proofread their covers and send it back with titles misspelled. People who claim to be abreast of the field but only churn out covers that look like last year's bestseller, which means they're 2 years behind. People who say they'll be finished on a particular date but miss it by weeks. Don't give these people any money. Depend on professionalism and be professional yourself. Thanks for listening to The Write Focus, a podcast for writers at all levels, hosted by Emma Lee from Writers Inc. Books, assisted by Rennie Black and Edie Runes. Our focus is productivity, process, craft, and tools. Music is licensed through Audio Jungle, called Background Music Loop. Its creator is Alexander Polishchuk, known on Audio Jungle as Plastic 3. The music comes in different iterations. Show notes and resource links for this and other episodes can be found at thewritefocus.blogspot.com. Write to us at workbooks@aol.com when you have questions, comments, and speculations. We will try to answer you as quickly as possible. By the way, we will not mind your email address. That's rude. If you find value in our content, share with your writing friends or write a review. We're small beans here without the advertising budget of the big peeps, and you can make a difference. And whatever occurs, write on.